Boston, Providence, Sharon, Needham, Billerica, Fall River, all 12 stations where we're broadcasting. I have a great show for you today. Be patient. I have a fantastic band. It's one of my favorite. A few months ago, we went for the show in Providence for the Kung Fu, one of my favorite too. But the surprise, West and Blend. Let's check them out. Wow, guys, it's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you. It's a great privilege to have you in our Galah show.
Yes.
Well, tell us, please, how does everything begin?
Sam, you got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I guess it was, a lot of us know each other from college. We all went to University of Hartford in Connecticut. And we studied music there. And I think it was like right after we graduated, I had an idea with a couple other friends to start a big band, like with all of our friends. And it was solely for the purpose of basically just like getting together and playing parties and, you know, not to make a lot of money, but just to like have something to do. So we got like 15 people together.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like we had so many more horns and percussionists and I mean everything. It was a huge, huge band. And our first show was at this basement party at one of our old houses. It was like a big Halloween costume party. And we had like all 15 of us parading around down there. And I guess over the years, we started to progress and we started to tour more, and the band has obviously slimmed down to a much more manageable number of 8 now.
Okay.
But I mean, in our olden days, we were like a huge band, and we didn't obviously travel much.
So how long ago this happened?
2012.
2012.
October 2012.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
It's like kind of this.
And
Yeah.
all original guys right now.
Right now it's in your band from the beginning already.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Oh.
everybody
Yep.
who is here
Yeah,
has been
wow, maybe
there
the
from
youth
beginning.
answer how you can keep this, because it's still, you know, the good number, the big number in the band. How are you surviving together?
I think we kind of thrive off each other a little
Yeah.
bit. You know? It kind of keeps everybody going, and it's kind of, I don't know. That's how I feel, at least.
That's
Oh,
best
right.
put.
Sometimes a smaller band, you get that cabin fever, like you're always with the
Yes.
same people. Where with a bigger band, you have an opportunity, you can break off into smaller groups, and you can, you know what I mean? It's more, I think that's what like
So but you
keeps
practically
things
from
fresh.
the same town, you know, you
Yeah.
locally together? Oh, it's
Same,
good.
same
It's
area,
good.
yeah. It's kind of,
Same area.
Same
kind of
area.
the name, and you can tell me, the name, it was kind of started by our drummer here, Sam, and one of our guitarists, Jesse, and the name comes from the neighborhood that we all, at one point, or some of us still actually live in Hartford, West End, West End of Hartford, so
Oh,
West
right.
End
Okay,
blends.
that's Hartford. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a
Yes.
lot of different influences as well. There's a lot of different things that a lot of, each of us are very involved in. The influence is very wide ranging, from like
That's what
Erykah Badu to like the Grateful Dead. It's like, and it's like, how does all this come together? Well, West
So
End
who is
blends.
writing the
The blend.
songs? Who is writing the songs?
Literally everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone has a piece.
How
of
creation
everything.
process?
Wow.
Because when you're touring, you know, you're maybe getting ideas, but
Yeah.
creation process, who initiator of this, you know,
Yeah.
okay guys, how often you rehearsing?
Yeah, so we try to rehearse every week. Doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's one person bringing in a piece of music,
Okay.
fully arranged maybe. That's how it started initially. But it's definitely become a process where one person starts, and then each person adds in their own piece respective to their instrument, and or irrespective to their instrument, and they just start throwing in, like, I'll write some horn lines, like he'll write some chords as a bass player. Sam will add some, like, vocal thoughts too. Like, it'll be a
Who
whole,
lead the rehearsal?
Who,
Just
because-
all of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very collaborative, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Great.
This is interesting.
You should be friends. You have to
Yeah.
be friends.
Yes, you have to be
Yeah.
friends.
Because you know that is very difficult to find the kind of common ground
Yes.
of
Yeah.
so many guys to create.
Yeah.
And you must be, you know, like.
Yeah. And going back to how it started, it kind of started like that, like friends. It was just open call to all our friends to come and
Yeah.
play. And we had a weekly gig at a hot dog joint.
Yeah.
And
we
you,
kind
you
of,
know what we noticed? You're brave guys. You're combining a lot of things
Yes.
in your music. You know, I'd say, okay, left, horns and lots of electronics.
Yeah.
You know, and you're not afraid to put like in a recording industry, they kind of have their cliches. You know, oh, you cannot put this
Yeah,
on this
yeah,
and this
doesn't
and
work
this.
with style.
But it doesn't work on this, on the market. But you doing this, it sounds great.
Thank
It's
you.
in a great balance, you know, of everything. And
I appreciate that.
It's still
that-
risky. It's still risky. How you just still
Yeah.
kind of, you know, to pick up this chance that, okay, we're going to risk this. But
Yeah,
where
we're
does
gonna-
idea come from?
Just
It's definitely a unique process, and it creates a unique sound.
here's what I'll say. I feel like a part of it is like we're also still trying to figure that out. We're also
Yeah.
still trying to figure out
an
where it even
ongoing-
comes from. It's an
Alright.
ongoing process of understanding like who, where we're headed with each song that we come up with. What is our end goal here? And it's honestly a process that we're still, as we grow as a band, trying to work out. But the fact that we have this core group of members, and we've kind of definitely gotten to know each other pretty well at this point.
That's
We're
great.
starting to like get our personalities, and things are becoming more and more in sync. It's not always perfect, but things are definitely becoming more of a cohesive process. And we bring, we can't, it's hard to run out of ideas because we all come from so many different places with our music.
Well, Erika, I'm sorry, honey. I would like to ask, maybe it's a question all the time, because
Yeah.
I know from my experience, my husband musicians, the men's band
Yeah.
usually doesn't want the lead singer woman in the front. The beautiful
most of
lady,
them,
most of them, they said, no, we'll be just stay with men. It's great.
and I can justify it because in '70 there was a, BST, for example, and there was a great band called Blood with horns.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
They're great.
fantastic
Yeah.
band was,
Yeah.
but they didn't make it big.
Right.
And many guys saying that because the lady was a
Cause the
singer,
problem, yeah.
No, not a problem, but the market, maybe didn't.
Well,
How it
I
works
would-
in your case?
I would take that and I would raise you Rufus featuring Shaka Khan.
Oh, yes.
She is honestly a goddess in my mind, and she is one of my biggest influences. I mean, I mentioned Erykah Badu as well, but as a more contemporary artist. Shaka Khan has managed to span almost 50 years of just really relevant music since her beginnings as a very young girl, just fronting Rufus, and she just became the focus. And she kind of did her thing. She's also a percussionist too, and she's just a fantastic musician. And I definitely idolize like women who can just get out there and do their thing. I'm not always like super, believe it or not, like I don't always. I might come off more confident than I sometimes actually am, but that comes from just watching and just learning and
Yes.
studying,
It's always
researching
learning.
people
This
like
is what I
Shaka
have
Khan.
this influence on, but when you're plastic, when you move, you know, the choreography, and I said, oh, but it's nice, you know, because you'll try it, you're searching, you know, and you will have a more and more,
Adapting
you know,
and producing yourself.
You know, like digesting, and of course, you know, to bring, you know, the good product. Wonderful.
Thank you.
So,
I want to ask,
go ahead.
Sammy, tell me, why horns still? The very beginning you said that
I guess
why not,
I-
you know, 5 keys?
I think,
Or
I think
Yeah.
it's
this much.
we all went to jazz school, so we were studying jazz at school. So there were a lot of different instrumentalists.
we were surrounded by
Yeah,
horns.
it's kind of surrounded by
Right.
horns.
And I
Yeah.
think too, it's like, I mean, some of my favorite bands
And-
had horns. It's
Uh-huh.
That too.
like a lot of bands that I like to listen to are like bands like Sly and the Family Stone, Tower of Power, James Brown, Earth, Wind and Fire. They all had horns, and I wanted to like. That's my favorite stuff to listen to, and it's
Yes.
also my favorite stuff to play.
Yes.
So that's. I mean, I was just like.
And I love
gotta have
horns as well,
horns.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot
And it's
imagine a
unique,
good
you know?
band without horns.
Yeah, it kind of seems to me, and just kind of thinking of how we started, the whole thing began as sort of this like Parliament Funkadelic style collective,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
just
Like
like
opening
1,000 people on
See
stage,
how many can we
just
get.
all, and we started playing mostly covers because we just wanted to see people dance,
Yeah, it was-
Yes.
you know,
When
and then we
you-
started, yeah.
When you, I know you know that. When you realized that people loved you,
Ooh,
When is this point came? Yeah.
when
kind of,
people kept calling
kind of
us.
in a local room, you said,
Okay,
we got it.
2012, you just, you know, the start
Yeah.
playing and just, you said, oh, look at this. Oh.
This is a
oh,
thing,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. When this
Yeah.
happened?
Might have been at the hot dog joint you were talking about.
Yeah, I mentioned that weekly gig that we had. We played every Thursday night, and it just started to build. And then there'd be the
Yeah.
same people coming back, and they'd be more invested in and kind of like cheering you on. And kind of just kept building and building fans like that.
So when
and
you
then-
start to expand it, you know, the more
Yeah.
for touring, when you start, you know, because I can see your schedule now, it's so very much busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you start more kind of, you know, from your state, you know, going out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When?
I mean, we just started getting more and more opportunities in like the tri-state area.
Maybe like 2-3 years, the past 2-3 years,
2-3
maybe
years.
it really started
Yeah.
picking
like
up.
really picked up, and then you know a friend of ours who does most of our booking, Mitch, it became a situation where we started noticing like he was just booking like crazy, like booking us and booking us and booking us,
Right.
and we were just.
Yeah.
To be greatly honest, I'm not even sure I realized how big of a thing this was until like maybe a couple of years ago or 3 years ago versus like, you know, the entire
Yeah,
span
yeah,
of the band. But we just started like getting like more and more opportunities, and there would be more and more people coming to us. The thing I noticed was that more people are coming up to us after the shows. After
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shows.
yeah,
You know,
that's
and
right.
saying,
Yeah.
That's right.
you guys, like,
Yeah,
or just somebody who was just like, you know, I was having like kind of a hard day today, and you guys just like brought me back up. I'm gonna follow you guys. Like, I really want to check you guys out. Like, you guys have something really special, or like some things along those lines. It's just like
Yes.
we were making people happy, and that was now with our own music that we were starting to bring to the table. It was
What
less
is-
covers and like more originals, and people were loving those too. I was like,
Go
oh,
ahead, thanks.
so.
You know, you should go to Europe.
Europe.
We will.
Yeah.
They're
Oh my
gonna
God.
love you.
You will
They're
would
gonna
love
love
to.
Yes,
you. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
all over Europe.
Find a way.
You know, find a way, work on it.
Yeah.
Work on it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on the bucket
It's
list.
on the air?
Yes.
Yeah, we
Good,
definitely
Okay,
want
there
to.
is a two guys. I'm always kind of, for me, it's magic. But there is no good band without good bass player, a drummer, who are as a one. How's
Go way back.
Are you friends for a long time? How's kind of you like-minded people? What you listening the same music? How you feel one another?
I would say so, for sure. I
We-
remember meeting
We didn't grow
Sam.
up together, but
Yeah, we didn't grow up, but I remember meeting him freshman year back in 2010.
yeah.
Yeah. And,
Because you know the bass line or
Yeah.
drums, they're always continuation one or another. That's a basement, the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you doing this stuff? Because it's so solid and tight.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean,
It's a
we
work
just
in
try-
progress,
Yeah, we
too.
just try to keep everything like, you know, tight and everything like that.
Yeah.
And,
A little bit
Yeah.
adding
We're listening to one
during the
another.
show.
yeah, we listen to one another and we talk
Okay.
a lot about stuff like after the shows,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
in rehearsals we'll try to make sure all our rhythms are, you know, exactly
That's right.
exactly lined up and everything like that, and kind of share ideas and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
he's definitely like my favorite drummer to play with for sure.
That must be
Absolutely. Wow.
yeah.
Guys, when you're in a touring, when you're on the road, what are the most challenges you have as a band? Because you young people, the whole life in front of you, and everyone have a dreams, probably definitely different dreams, you know.
Yeah.
But what is most challenges?
Challenging.
Challenging. I'm sorry. Yeah, you in the
Deciding where
bus.
to eat.
Oh, yes.
It's just like, honestly, it feels like some of the biggest challenges can be some of the smallest things. It's just, you know, or as a band, maybe kind of like getting in our heads a little bit about, you know, kind of the small stuff, when in reality, the big picture, and I'm totally guilty of it for sure, like just kind of getting in my head, like, but at the end of the day, you know, it's that recognition that like these are the people that you are spending a lot of time with, and you're going to have to spend a lot of time with for however much time. So you better figure it out. But then also you want to, because the chemistry is there. Don't forget the chemistry that is always there when you guys are on stage. And you know, like all this other stuff, the touring, getting from place to place, figuring out rooms, figuring out, you know, logistics, all this
Yes.
stuff. While that's challenging, it's like just kind of remembering, bringing it back to center and sort of remembering like why we're here is the thing that kind of pulls me back anyway.
Erica, I know you're hard working person.
You can
I
see
know
the stage.
you can
yes.
see this. You know how it's to be the only one girl in a band, to be a front singer, because all attention, you know, at the show.
That's right.
That's you. Yeah, maybe specialist looking at drummer, music. That's it. But
most of you,
ordinary
yeah.
people coming for the show, they look Erica. You know, and how it's complicated music. I wouldn't say it just.
Piece of cake.
Yeah,
not piece of cake.
overproduced recording industry, as many times we can see, you know, it's a live music. It's a show.
It's live.
And
Yeah.
you carry on this,
You're working
on your
hard.
on your shoulders. How it's a difficult. It's
Yes.
kind of to prepare for show.
It can be, because you know sometimes like as a vocalist, I'm thinking about things like, you know, is my voice gonna work well today? Have I warmed up? Have I properly prepared myself? Do I know all the words? Like, is the crowd gonna respond to anything that I'm doing at all? But sometimes at some point I just kind of like close my eyes, and I remember it was kind of a thing for me since I've been young. Like I have always had like some of the most energy on stage out of like, you know, a lot of people. I was in like choirs growing up and stuff like that. And I was actually called out, reprimanded by my teachers in the past for moving too much. And so, you know, I just kind of carried that with me, and I feel like funk is one of the best ways to sort of express that and just like let myself just dance and be free. And people respond to that, and then I feel that energy, and I'm able to put it back out there. So that's kind of the main thing for me.
Recharging.
Keeps things, kind of feeding off of the energy and then putting it back out there. It's a very cyclical process.
Guys, tell us a little bit more about the rest of the band. You know, who is these guys? You know,
Yes.
tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, we wouldn't all fit on this couch. But, so only 3 of us came in.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we have obviously Tom, myself, Erica. We have 2 guitar players.
Okay.
Their name is Mike and Jesse. And they're very much like how you described Tom and I, where it's just this, they fit together very, very well. And they lock it right in. We have 2 horn players. Trombone, his name is John Mundy. On trumpet is Mike Bufundo. And they are like the characters, the funny guys on
We
stage.
can see this on the stage, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know, I'm telling you.
So while she's like our front and center, like, you know, like powerful woman, like
Yes.
leader,
This
we
is-
have these two like hilarious,
Funky, goofy guy,
goofy
yes,
guys
yes.
off to the side,
Yeah.
keeping things like, you know.
Yeah, they're adding like dance moves. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. They add dance moves. They add like all this choreography and like they start like mimicking my movements and stuff like
That's
that.
real good.
I didn't even notice any of that until like months after they started doing it because I'm thinking I'm just,
You're,
like,
like,
looking at the
looking
crowd
forward.
like I have like tunnel vision with the crowd sometimes,
Yeah.
and then I'll look over at them occasionally. And I'm like, well, how long have you guys been doing that? And they're like, months. Literally,
So
like,
guys-
so long.
Yeah, I would say
haven't
it's
noticed.
so catchy.
It's guys,
So
it's
very
hilarious,
good.
hilarious. And I will love, yes. Oh.
And then let's not forget our keyboard player.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
plays keyboards and synthesizers. So
Yes,
that's
he
the
has a
whole
station.
electronic aspect that you might be
Yes,
you were
yeah.
talking about earlier. He's got a big,
Yeah.
like you said, a whole station.
Yes.
That's great.
Of sound
Yes.
effects and
Keyboard.
synthesizers.
Do you have your own sound engineer? The sound guy?
We don't
Not
travel
yet.
with one.
We have a few good friends that we really
Yeah.
like to work with.
When we're like local, kind
Yeah.
of in our home base or home
Okay.
area, tri-state area, we have like some friends that we prefer, you know,
Call
to
on and
call,
stuff, yeah.
you know. But I mean, we don't have a dedicated sound engineer
see.
at this time. Yeah.
Yeah, in this time.
Guys,
Well,
time is running. Time is running.
because
We're
I
so
would love
happy
to
to have you.
yes, please, for music.
Yeah.
But we have some surprise, guys, for you. We have a present.
Are you serious?
I know you will enjoy
It's
it.
English music.
My husband, he's a Sergey, big collector of music. He want to give you guys
guys.
this for you.
Wow.
You will figure
Yeah,
out.
you will figure out between you guys. Enjoy this. The good
Thank you
music
so much.
always will be because we believe in
Thank you.
We believe in this young generation like you guys.
Oh,
you are
Queen's my favorite.
fantastic.
Thank you
West
guys so
Plan.
much.
Please, guys,
always-
check the schedule, check the website, what will be have, on our screen. Call them, and maybe sound man, who would just want a good one, will come to this band. Okay? More music, please. Thank you, guys. Thank you so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God,
Really?
Ooh, attitude's got me in the mood. Tell me what you gonna do. Attitude got me in the mood. Tell me what you gonna do. You gotta get up, step your feet to the side. You gotta get up, step your feet to the side. You're gonna get up and let your body decide. Oh, yeah. You're gonna get up and let your body decide. Hey. Ooh, attitude's got me in the mood. Tell me what you gonna do. Attitude's got me in the mood. Tell me what you gonna do. Alright. You gotta get up, step your feet to the side. You gotta get up, step your feet to the side. Oh yeah, yeah. You gonna get up and let your body decide. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You gonna get up and let your body decide. Oh, I'ma see how they go. Ooh.